talk about the other story. It's 2 weeks since we had four-wide racing. Leading into it, it was the big story. During the event, certainly a big story. 2 weeks after, still a big story.
It's a huge controversy. I mean, the racers, the owners are upside down about running four wide. They say they don't want to do it again. But I'll tell you what. I mean, I would not like to see this discipline at every single race. But to throw in one or two a year, I think that's fine. I mean, NASCAR goes to road courses, and I think as drivers and car owners and crew chiefs, you should want to rise to the occasion and try something different to see, what you're made of. And the best ones are going to be able to handle this and be able to do it. But ultimately, it's going to be what the fans decide. If they like it, I think we should do it at least a couple times a year.
And it's worth noting the pro organization passed around a petition. 61-3 said they were not in favor of four-wide racing. Needless to say, it's gotten Bruton Smith a little bit spun up. Corey Mack, of course, liked it because he won, but here was Bruton's reaction. He says, quote, "I've invested huge dollars to move the sport forward and help build the NHRA, but based on this vote, I will just back away. I don't know what I will do, quite honestly." Hopefully everybody steps back, calms down just a bit, but there were plenty of drivers willing to talk here when we got to Houston this weekend.
It was exciting. It was exciting to be part of it. I don't want to run many of those in reality because I've trained myself to stage a car next to another guy to understand that guy, know what he does, and it's very different. When there's three guys, you just kind of go up and do your deal.
Overall, I was digging it a little bit. I mean, in the final round was a winner-take-all, even though I didn't win it, but it was still exciting from my standpoint where you had to hit the tree hard and you're racing against three other cars. I think that was pretty cool.
From a driving standpoint, I'd love to try it again because I think there's a lot of mental challenges. Would I suggest a few things I did in the drivers' meeting and would suggest a few things maybe to clean up some of the staging stuff, but it was interesting to say the least.
I'm just a race car driver. I just race is what I do. And I'm having to walk the fence because I have friends on both sides. But at the end of the day, what works for all is what I'm going to go with. And I'm just one vote anyway. Nobody cares what I think. How's that for dancing?
Well, John Forrest does a pretty darn good job of dancing at times. We've had an ESPN.com poll up, and we challenge you to go there, check out the racing section, and vote on this. Do you like four-wide racing? We've had more than 2,500 votes. It's starting to get to be a little one-sided, Mike. Started out pretty close, but at 67%, that's where they're at. Fans are saying no.
Yeah, and I got fans that emailed me after the event, too, and it ran about the same thing. It's definitely more people were against it than that were for it, but I still think maybe we should give it another chance.
Let's take a straw poll with our fans. How many people liked it? Yeah! How many people say, no, let's go two wide forever? I don't know. You get a pretty good split right there. Gives you an idea what we're talking about. But at least Bruton Smith not afraid to try new things, and I think that's what this was all about. 10, 11 years ago, he did the same thing with Top Fuel and Funny Cars. They raced against each other. Handicap starts. The very first winner was John Force, who beat Bob Vandergriff in the Top Fuel car. This is 2000 when Caps got the head start, but it was Corey McLenithan in the MB&A car that crossed the finish line first.